Hello, and welcome back to the Ladies Wrestling Grio podcast. We are literally in the last day of February, so I thought that I would pretty much wrap this amazing Black History Month themed podcast month and really just wrap it up with a nice bow and talk about a lot of the travels that many Black female wrestlers have been talking about over, I would say, the past 2 to 3 months, with having some amazing tours in Japan and really getting involved in these spectacular Joshi wrestling promotions. And it's just been something that I've been seeing on my news feeds a lot over the past few months. So I thought that it would be great to really capture this awesome time that we have with the world becoming a bit smaller because of everyone being able to have these dream matches all over the world and to really see wrestlers that you never thought would actually go to certain promotions actually being able to get the opportunity and seeing these matches where so many different styles are on display. And you can see with a lot of American wrestlers how they've been inspired by Joshi wrestling. So to now see them in these promotions have been pretty cool. So I really want to dig into this right now. And even when I would say, especially when I really started to get into indie wrestling in the mid 2000s, I would see American female wrestlers go to Japan. But at that time, there weren't that many Black female wrestlers on the indie circuit, let alone going on Japanese tours. So now to see that become more of a thing over the past few months has been really awesome. So I thought that that would be another reason why this would be a great last episode for February. So I wanted to start off by talking about one of my favorite wrestlers, period, male or female, in the business right now, as she just had, if she's not still on the tour, but I think she wrapped up her tour recently, and that is Janai Kai. Janai is such a brilliant wrestler that brings a hybrid of many styles. So it just seemed like it was fitting that she would be someone that was chosen to tour Japan and really show what she can do in in that world of Joshi wrestling, especially because she is trained in martial arts. So there's a lot that she brings to her arsenal when she wrestles that truly makes her stand out in every way. So this was just destined to be that eventually she would have a tour in Japan. And it seems like Janai has just been soaking up every minute of it and really been enjoying this experience. Janai made her TJPW debut on February 11th, and this promotion started in 2012. So it is technically still relatively new, while still being a company that a lot of people enjoy, and they have a really stacked roster there. So it's pretty awesome to see that on their own, they already have a great women performing, but they're bringing in this influx of really great talent from all over the world to make these great matches. And Janai debuted, and she decided to challenge for the International Princess Championship, which is currently held by Mayu Watabe. And of course, Janai did not win the belt, but I am pretty sure that this was an amazing experience for her to even show that she obviously is worthy of challenging for this title. She was also able to partake in some tag team action when she partnered off with Hakari Noah. If I am in any way misspelling or mispronouncing any of these names, I completely don't mind being corrected, because obviously I want to have that respect for these wrestlers to make sure that I'm pronouncing their names right. But I think that just seeing from the photos and the funny tags that she had on the photos that Janai had on the photos that she really enjoyed also taking in some tag team action, really feeling like she was partnered off right. So I thought that that was really cool to see from Janai because it's not that often that you see Janai participating in some tag team action. So that was really cool that she could see that um, even with her coming in as an outsider, she was very much welcomed to have that type of trust with another wrestler to be able to participate in that tag team action. And we've been seeing a lot of Janai's experiences there, going to a lot of the shops, taking in the Tokyo atmosphere as she's been there. It's been really cool to see because it just seems like she's just so much in her element and she's really enjoying her time there. She was even able to rub elbows with a Joshi legend like Aja Kong, and you could tell she was just so excited to have that experience. And as we know, someone like Aja Kong has been very much active in making sure that she has a strong connection to American female wrestlers and kind of bridging that gap for them to, I guess, times feel like Japan is a possibility. We know that I would say it was, yeah, probably in the mid 2000s that Awesome Kong came to Japan, and one of the first wrestlers that she met that just showed her a lot of love and respect and really welcomed her in was Aja Kong. Aja Kong comes a lot to America to do a lot of seminars and to really just give great advice to female wrestlers in the States. So to see that she was also welcoming Janai Kai was pretty cool to see, as she is one of my favorites. So it was nice to see two of my favorites actually interact with one another. So we're going to move on now to Trish Adora, who also had her tour. I believe that Trish had her tour before Janai did. And she also faced off against Mayu as well. And she was also unsuccessful in taking the title from Mayu. So that already shows you, and I really love this, is that even though you have these awesome talents, foreign talents that are coming from around the world to challenge for this International Princess Championship, they are not taking this home with them. This is really solidifying Mayu as a very strong competitor, a very strong champion, and is just ramping up everyone's feelings that they can be the one to finally take that title off of Mayu. So it really helps to bring up the prestige of that title. And I think it's really smart on their part to do that because I mean, as I expressed last week, I absolutely loved the match that Mercedes Monet had with Kyrie. But the only thing that I thought was a bit of a mistake was easily letting that title be removed from Kyrie when she just won the title not too long ago. I think that with all the work that Kyrie has done in Stardom, as well as trying to solidify that partnership that New Japan Pro Wrestling is having with Stardom, it did not make sense to me to make it seem like it was just so easy to take the title off of Kyrie, because in a way it kind of makes it seem as if those accomplishments, the establishment of the IWGP Women's title, was something that anyone can just come in and take from Kyrie. And of course, Mercedes is not anyone. She's a well accomplished wrestler. But I think many times, especially with America having a new lens towards Japanese wrestling where before they may not have watched it, it kind of downplays how the Japanese female wrestlers, in my opinion, anyone can, argue this, but I feel that they have a superior fighting style, a superior regimen with how they train for wrestling, that it just would not make sense that someone like Kyrie would immediately lose her title as soon as Mercedes challenged for it. This was their first bout for this title. It just didn't make sense to me. So I I will actually give kudos to TJPW for really solidifying that. We're really happy to see this foreign talent come in. And obviously, Janai Kai and Trish Adora cannot just be run through. So it makes sense that they're really building up this title by having their permanent champion make it clear that it's not that easy to win this title from me. Even when you have great talent like Kai and Adora, they still have not been able to dethrone her. So I really like how they're establishing that they're going to have this foreign talent come in, and they're going to obviously really be built up as the stars that they are, but it's not going to be that easy to just take the titles off of their staple roster. So I already really like that about this promotion. It seems like they're putting a strong emphasis on keeping up with why someone would hold the title and really making it mean something, instead of having the titles change hands just because a big star might be coming in to the promotion, and maybe even just for one night. They're making sure that that roster that is there, that is constantly selling out shows, is getting that respect that they deserve. And I'm pretty sure that the type of respect that Adora has, she was just very happy to be a part of such a great match. And Adora has been in Japan before. She was in Wrestle One, and that was around 2019 when she went to train there. She had a few matches there. And that experience really shaped how Trish Adora evolved with her wrestling and also her character. She was quoted as saying that that first experience in Japan was life changing, and it caused her to feel like she could continue to be original and not mold herself into a conventional American women's wrestler. That she would continue to work in awesome places without having to change her style. And as we saw from 2019 on, you saw this true sense of who Trish was and how she was showing who she was, versus having a lot of people try to plant certain ideas on who she should have to be in order to be highly regarded in indie wrestling. She actually really determined how people were going to perceive her and really made it clear, this is why I am unique to any roster or to any promotion that I happen to be wrestling on. And I think that her first tour in Japan really helped to shape how she saw herself. And for her to come back, I'm pretty sure, as I saw on many times that Trish was talking about being really excited about this, the second tour, you can really tell that it was almost like she's going back to her wrestling roots, with really loving how she can express herself in the ring in Japan. So it was really nice to see that awesome build up to her going to Japan, and then her documenting that amazing experience that she had. And it was just announced after she had her match with Mayu that she is going to come back and be able to participate in the TJPW show that they're going to have in Los Angeles, and that is scheduled for March 30th. So she will be having more action in TJPW. To what capacity or who she might be challenging, who she might be facing, we don't know that as of yet. But you've seen this other trend also of a lot of Joshi promotions now having shows in America and, trying to branch out. And I guess it's mainly because clearly these are Japan-based promotions, so they're still going to stay there, but they're having the tours of their own, where the Joshi wrestlers can get a taste of American fan base and really see how their promotion fans well there. And I think that's pretty cool, because it's actually quite reminiscent of the the Joshi wrestlers that would come to America for promotions like WCW and really get a taste of how, or Ring of Honor actually too, because they do deserve that credit in the mid 2000s, 2010s, of bringing a lot of Joshi wrestlers to add many times to their roster, and for them to really get a taste of first off, seeing with their own eyes that they have a fan base here, and just seeing the difference in the interactions and the responses that they have when they put on matches in America. So I think just like we saw just a week ago with Battle in the Valley with New Japan Pro Wrestling being here, and they have been putting on shows for a while in America. You're starting to now see that with the success of Japanese all male promotions coming here and really getting a great response to their brand of wrestling, now the women are going to be getting those opportunities with them starting to do shows in America. So I'm pretty sure that the event that they will have on March 30th will probably sell out and have a really, really great crowd. And obviously, it makes sense with them doing a show in America that they're going to try to stack that card also with a lot of American female wrestlers to just add to that and have some dream matches. So you can tell with this second tour that Trish Adora had is adding to her being able to continue to have a great partnership with TJPW. And let's go now to Queen Aminata. Queen Aminata also has started this second tour of Japan. She had her first tour in December 2019, and the second tour was in December 2022, and it lasted, if I'm correct, into mid-January. And she was with the Marvelous Pro Wrestling Promotion, and this promotion was founded in 2014. And to me, Queen Aminata does a great job of documenting all of her experiences in wrestling over, I believe it's like the past 2 years that she's had her YouTube channel. And we're able to see as fans all of the experiences that she's been having. And we were able to also see her full tour in Japan, and it was broken up into different parts. So I would nominate that you go check out Queen Aminata's YouTube channel and look from that space from the end of December until mid-January, and you can see her full on Japanese tour. It was really awesome to watch because you were able to get a peek into her preparation for the tour, her even showing what she was packing up for the trip and how she has to get geared up for it, her time there, and having some intense workouts that I think really helped her feel like she's moving into another stage of her conditioning as a wrestler. Her dining experiences in Japan and how that was also a time for her to really connect with her colleagues in Japan, and they really kind of banded together and got to know each other. And despite the language barrier, many times just their body language and the things that they would find to be funny or just cute around them, they connected in that way. Just clips of her matches, which she does have on Patreon, so you should definitely support that, are there too. During her time in Japan, she was able to celebrate New Year's Eve with her comrades, and that was a really cool section of one of her videos documenting her time in Japan, because just like I said, outside of the ring, I really think that Trish was trying to make sure that, Queen Aminata was trying to make sure that she was really embracing women that she now knows and trusts, and just wanted to have time where they were really getting to know one another, especially because I am sure, especially with Queen Aminata making it very clear that she has never felt that level of respect and trust and just all around joy and wrestling anywhere more than in Japan. So I'm pretty sure this is not going to be the only the only tour that she would do outside of her first and second one. I'm pretty sure that this might become an annual thing. So creating those bonds with women that she might be wrestling with again or partnering with is really important. And you could tell it was really important to her. And it was really cool to see that outside life while still being on tour that these wrestlers have. And they were able to even visit a breathtaking hot spring to really just rejuvenate their bodies after, such a grueling tour. And one video was really capped off with Queen Aminata being able to put on a gorgeous kimono and take in a really elegant photo shoot with the rest of the girls. And even the photographer told her this was the first time that she was able to photograph a Black woman for this type of shoot. And she was very excited and honored to do so. So that was just really a nice way to cap off her time in Japan. And as a fan of Joshi wrestling and a fan of these women, it's so nice to see the time out of their very busy schedules that they took to document this time that they had. And I'm pretty sure at times be able to look back on these very precious tours that they've been able to go on. And I think there are two common links that I've seen with all of the women's experiences. One being that tremendous level of respect, of honor, professionalism that these women have been able to get with these Japanese tours that they all highlighted have been such a cherry on top with fulfilling a dream of being able to perform in Japan. But then to get there and you're seeing that all around with everyone that is in charge of these promotions, it's just so professional, it's so respectful to them as they're trying to assimilate into these promotions, and they're being treated with such respect. And then not only that, they're literally brought in because of how unique their characters are. So it's not something that they feel like they have to hold back on. They can truly just be themselves. And it seems like that was an awesome common link that all women had with thinking back and reflecting on why they really enjoyed their time there. And I think that these matches will probably be some of the highlights looking back at the careers of when they were able to fully have their styles, their characters on display. And I really hope, we're already seeing with Trish Adora that she's going to continue to work with TJPW. I certainly think that both Janai Kai and Queen Aminata will continue on with having tours, Japanese tours. So I hope that that continues and that we start to see more Black female wrestlers get those opportunities to have these great tours as well. And yeah, this was my episode of just kind of showing over these past few months. I feel great progress. We're starting to see Black female wrestlers get the opportunities to travel internationally, but fulfill their dreams. And I think this is usually the dream that a lot of indie wrestlers have all over the world, of being able to have the honor of being able to be asked, invited to perform within a Japanese promotion. So this was really nice to see over the past few months, and I definitely hope it continues. If you have not seen any footage or anything about Janai Kai, Trish Adora, or Queen Aminata being a part of these promotions, I suggest you check it out. Trish Adora and Janai Kai have been showing a lot of what has happened during their tour on their social media accounts, so you should definitely check it out that way. With Queen Aminata, as I mentioned, she has documented it through her YouTube channel, and these are really awesome videos, so I definitely recommend that you check that out. But this is the end of our Black History Month highlights. I really hope that you enjoyed it. We're going to have some awesome things happening in March, so look forward to that. Thank you for always tuning in, and I hope you continue to enjoy your day and get ready for March.